This is a story about love, lies, and truth. A story that teaches that no matter how far lies travel, truth will always find its way. It happened in Nigeria, where two hearts met through words and one man tried to steal another man's voice to win love. But life has a way of exposing the hidden things. There was a young woman named Sarah Odu, a wedding planner from Lagos. She helped many people plan beautiful weddings, but she had no one planning hers. Sarah once loved a man who said poetry was useless. He left her for a rich lady, and since then, Sarah only helped others celebrate love. She didn't believe in anymore. One morning, Sarah got a call. A rich man named Kola Adeyemi wanted her to plan his wedding to a famous lady, Boma. They were popular online, always posting pictures and showing off. Sarah agreed. It was a big job that would pay her well. A few days later, Sarah traveled to Enugu to meet another client. That night, she stopped by a small poetry cafe. There, she met a quiet man named Joel Nana. He stood on stage reading his poem called Love in Every Word. His voice was calm, his words were deep, and they touched Sarah's heart. For the first time in years, she smiled for real. After the show, Sarah walked up to Joel. She thanked him for the poem, and they talked for a short while. He told her, "I write only what I feel." Sarah replied, "Then your heart must be full." They laughed softly. But Sarah had to leave early the next morning. She didn't even get his phone number. Back in Lagos, Sarah got busy with Kola's wedding. One day while going through the wedding speech draft, she saw something that made her stop. Kola's speech had Joel's exact poem, Love in Every Word. She knew those words. Every line, every rhythm, it was Joel's poem. But how did Kola get it? Sarah asked Kola about the poem. He smiled proudly and said, "I wrote it myself. It took me weeks." Sarah froze. She wanted to speak, but her job was to plan, not argue. She kept quiet, but her heart was heavy. Sarah couldn't sleep that night. She remembered Joel's soft voice. She remembered his eyes and how the words sounded from his mouth. She thought, if only he knew someone stole his poem. But she also feared losing her job if she spoke up. Days later, Joel saw his poem trending online. It was everywhere, on wedding pages, blogs, and even TV. People were calling Kola the most romantic groom in Lagos. Joel felt confused. He told his mother, "Mama Nana, those are my words, but someone else is using them." Joel started searching online. He found Sarah's name as the wedding planner for Kola's big event. He remembered her, the woman from the cafe. He felt something was not right. He decided to travel to Lagos to find her. Joel met Sarah at her office. When she saw him, her heart skipped. He asked gently, "Why didn't you tell me my poem was being used?" Sarah said softly, "I was scared, Joel. I needed this job." Joel sighed. But lies don't build love. Sarah begged Joel to give her time. She said, "Please let me handle this carefully." Joel nodded. He didn't want to cause drama, but he wanted his truth back. They decided to gather proof quietly before the wedding day. The wedding week came fast. Boma was showing off her gown online. The hall was decorated with gold and white. Chief Adeyemi, Kola's father, warned everyone, "This wedding must be perfect, no mistakes." Sarah's hands shook as she arranged the flowers. Her heart was not at peace. Late at night, Joel and Sarah met again at a small restaurant. They talked about how to prove the truth. Joel had his notebook, the one where he wrote the poem long before the wedding. He said, "When the right time comes, I will speak." The wedding day arrived. Guests filled the hall, cameras were everywhere, music played loudly. Kola looked proud. Boma looked perfect. Sierra moved around, pretending everything was fine. But inside, she was praying for the truth to come out. It was time for Kola's vows. He took the microphone and started saying Joel's poem word for word. People clapped and shouted, "Oh!" But Sierra felt sick. Her hands trembled. Then, the hall door opened slowly. Joel walked in quietly. Everyone turned. He wore a simple shirt and held his notebook. He said, "Sorry to interrupt, but those are my words." The crowd went silent. Cameras stopped moving. Even the band stopped playing. Kola froze. Boma looked confused. Chief Adeyemi stood up angrily. "Who are you?" Joel replied, "I am the man who wrote the poem this groom is reciting." He opened his notebook and read the original version, line by line. Every word matched perfectly. Boma's face changed. She dropped her bouquet and walked away slowly. She said, "You lied to me, Kola. You said those words came from your heart." The hall was filled with whispers. Kola tried to speak, but no one listened. Chief Adeyemi pulled Joel aside and whispered, "Take this envelope and walk away. Don't destroy my son's image." Joel looked at him and said, "I can't sell my truth." He dropped the envelope and walked out with his head high. After the drama, Kola's business started to fail. People mocked him online. The wedding never happened. Sarah lost her job too because the Adeyemis blamed her for everything. But she didn't regret it. For the first time, she chose truth over comfort. Months passed. Sarah opened a small event shop in Enugu. She started writing again, poems about love, truth, and courage. One evening, someone knocked on her shop door. It was Joel. Joel smiled and said, "I heard you started writing again." He gave her a notebook filled with his new poems. Each one was about her. Sarah's eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "Your words still find me." They began working together. She planned weddings, and he wrote love poems for couples. Their small business became famous for using real words from real hearts. People said, "Their love is pure." One quiet evening, Joel took Sarah to the same poetry cafe where they first met. He didn't kneel with a ring. He held out a pen and said, "Let's write our story together." Sarah smiled. Yes, one word at a time. And that's how Sarah and Joel found love, not through money, fame, or lies, but through truth and words that came from the heart. My people, this story teaches one thing. A lie may travel fast, but truth never gets lost. And love, built on truth, will always last. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. You're one of my most loyal viewers, and I deeply appreciate your support. I'll keep working hard to make each video even better than the last. If you enjoyed this one, please give it a like and consider subscribing. It truly helps more than you can imagine. Thanks again for being here.